with some PowerPoints and things like that. So we're going to see if we can get through this in a reasonably orderly fashion. Couple of big things to announce. As you all know from the letter that we sent out last week, major, huge announcement in addition to our team. I don't know if she's with us tonight, but her name is Katie Maple, and I think you've all received the email. If you've not read it, Katie has come over and joined our team as the Director of Marketing. Katie's background, she was with a rather large, successful direct marketing company for about 21 of their 26 years, and contributed in a major way to help grow that company from something that was just very domestic and had just started to today, 26 years later, where they are, I think, on 5 continents, and they're one of the larger companies out there. She has come over and joined our team. If she's here, let's all welcome her. Her name's Katie Maple. Again, she is going to be a vital part of what we're doing going forward, and kind of lends itself to the idea that we're starting a series on tonight's Zoom that have to do with business building. So Katie is going to be invaluable. Katie has been working on, first and foremost, on ambassador tools. We talked to you, we hinted a little bit last week about some of the tools we have coming, and the most important of these tools, right off the bat, are scripts. For lack of a better word, a script is what's going to help you as ambassadors be able to talk with people about the product and about the opportunity. It contains really important information on how to, again, talk with people, how to handle objections in terms of being able to communicate those things. I know one of the big pullbacks or pushbacks for a lot of people is they don't feel confident enough to really talk about it. And what we're doing, I won't say what we're trying to do, what we're doing is giving you all the tools, again, that you'll need to succeed, and to be able to access these things and to really be able to answer your question, what do I do? There's a lot of people that believe in the product. There's a lot of people that have made a commitment as far as saying, all right, I'm in. But then ask the question, okay, what do I do? I don't know as much about the product as some of you do, and I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to approach people. So these scripts are going to be invaluable, and there's going to be a number of them. Scripts starting with, again, how to initially start a conversation with somebody about it. Scripts then, again, dealing with pushbacks. Scripts for people that you know. Scripts for people that you might not know so well. And it helps you, again, articulate the message in a way that's really, really powerful and cohesive. And I'm really excited about being able to kind of unleash these things for you guys. We will probably have the first couple of scripts available to all of you by the end of the week, I'm hoping, or in a couple of days. Don't quote me on that. I saw the first one today, and I'm incredibly excited about what she's got coming our way. She's going to be invaluable to us, and I'm so glad that she's actually chosen our family here, our company to kind of align herself with. So that's the first thing. Second thing, just an update on last week. We had a meeting here in the Cornelius Mooresville area in Huntersville, and it was a women's group. And I wanted to talk about this just for a second because it's really important when we talk about thinking outside the box. It seems that the old days of saying, hey, to 30 of your closest friends, come over to my house or someplace. We're going to have a meeting and then try to sell you something. My feeling, and it's conventional wisdom at this point too, is that it's not as effective as it used to be. If you get your team going and you've got other people helping you to get people, then those things work. We're looking for kind of alternative ways to bring our message to larger groups of people. So we did a meeting last week that was a women's group only, because we feel that there's a lot of issues that women face that men don't necessarily have to deal with. And we provided a pretty safe environment for women to come and be able to talk about that. I will say that we didn't lead, and this is going to tie into some of the messaging that we've got coming to you guys tonight, as far as brand building and things like that, and articulating your message. It was not a recruitment meeting. It was not a sales meeting. It was a group for women to get together and talk about how to deal sometimes with outside influences, whether it's stress, anxiety, depression, etc. And what happens is when you're able to communicate about the science of the endocannabinoid system, what happens is, just so it turns out, coincidentally, that we have the best product on the market. So at the end of the day, it is very much about people opening their minds to joining us as customers, consumers, or ambassadors. But the message was education and information. And that went really, really well. I think we had, about some of the women can type in, but we had, I think, about 20 women there. I also announced last week that we were working in alignment with an organization down here called the Gracie Foundation, which provides goodie bags, for the lack of a better phrase, to cancer patients. It doesn't deal with any one particular kind of cancer. It deals with all kinds of women's cancers. And what they do is, if there's a cancer patient, if they just simply send in their email address, we get them on the list, and they'll receive a free goodie bag, which has things in it like, beanies for women who have suffered hair loss, and it helps them sleep, keeps their heads warm. Beauty products, some things that help with what they call chemo skin and things like that, radiation burns. And we also contributed our very own Revive, and I think Relief samples in there as well. And it wound up being incredibly powerful. I wasn't there for obvious reasons. I was not allowed to be there. So it turned out, from what I understand, to be a really, really powerful, empowering evening of information and kind of, fellowship with the women. We've got another event that we're doing down here on December 4th. I think the invite is up on the back office, and that is for men and women, and it has to deal with, the title is His Stress, Her Stress. Are you merely coping, or are you doing something about it? And we're looking forward to that as well. December 12th down here is the next women's meeting, and that is actually, the acronym is SAD, stress, anxiety, and depression. There are so many people dealing with so many different things that we just believe in the bottom of our hearts that we have a product that can help them with dealing with those things, besides more chronic issues too, pain and other things, and autoimmune diseases and things like that. But so I'm encouraging all of you, what we're hoping to do is actually create a template for everybody to be able to maybe duplicate in their areas. On last week's panel for the women, we had a licensed counselor named Wendy, who I think is with us tonight, who has joined our team about a month ago, and is, again, just proving to be a really, really important voice. And her mission aligns with ours as far as really helping people. We had a pharmacist. We had a representative from the Gracie Foundation. Victoria spoke as well, since she's our resident in-house product expert. And Candace was there as well. This is something that I urge all of you to see if you can duplicate. If you can get some people on your team in the area. I know for the next one, we've got an integrative doctor joining us. We have a veterinarian joining us as well, all of whom will be proponents of not only CBD, but our product, Reaction Products. And it's a way to reach a larger number of people. And don't be afraid to start slow. If you get 6 women together in a room, that can be a very powerful thing. And if you have results that even closely resemble the results that they got last week here, it's going to build and it's going to grow very, very quickly. So it's part of the whole mission to kind of bring our message and bring our products to the people. So I did want to say that. Moving on to tonight, a lot of conversation at the office over the last week or so is, again, focusing on giving you tools on how to build your business. When we first, before I was really involved in the Zooms, it was very product driven. I came on board, and so we decided to shift our message a little bit to more inspirational things and mindset kind of topics and stuff. And we've now gone back, and we thought, you know what, we need to go back to providing a little bit of both. certainly about the product, but certainly about the mindset and inspiration. But more importantly, we're going to be focusing on business. We're going to be focusing on those of you that have jumped in, shown the faith, made the leap, and now say, okay, what do I do? I believe in the product. What do I do? So we have come up with a series called Business Builders. And we're going to be looking over the next couple of weeks at the top 5 things that you can do to help build your business. I'll go on record. I know we can't make any claims as to financial results. We can't say that you're going to do as good as Billy or as good as me or as good as anybody else. But I can tell you this. If you follow what we're putting in place for you, if you follow the steps, if you follow the scripts, if you do these things, and if you stick with this, I guarantee you, all of you will succeed. And again, I'll leave it at the word succeed because that means different things to different people. But what we're putting in place are things, it's a roadmap for everybody, okay? So you see a slide up here. That's our first, how about a round of applause for our very first multimedia presentation here. These are the topics over the next couple of weeks. We've got Facebook 101, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight. There's a lot of people that certainly are on Facebook, have Facebook pages, but don't really know about leveraging your time and also creating a brand for yourself by using Facebook. It's free, and there's a bunch of things out there you can do on Facebook. So we're going to start with the basics. I don't know that we're going to cover exactly how to set up your Facebook page, the Feel the Reaction page, but we do have something we'll be sending out that will give you instructions for those of you that don't even know where to start, and that's okay. So I'm looking forward to welcoming our guest speaker in a few minutes. His name's Patrick. He is a bit of an expert, I'll use that word, on social media, digital marketing, and certainly Facebook. So he's going to be going over a few steps on how to use Facebook to your advantage, even if you don't consider yourself Facebook savvy. I've got a page, I put stuff up there, but I'm no expert. So I'm really looking forward to what Patrick has to share with us tonight. We've got another topic then called Goals Are Good, Tactics Are Better. We've talked about goal setting in the past. It's a really important subject in terms of writing down your goals, setting your objectives, but more importantly, goals are part of a strategy. So when you look at a plan, a business plan, you have, or even whether it's a wartime strategy actually. You look at what your strategy is, and that's where you want to get to. That's what you want to achieve. Your tactics are the steps that you're going to use to get there. So we're going to, again, keep talking about setting goals, setting objectives, talking about your visions, what you want, and then we're going to break down in terms of what kind of tactics can you lay out for yourself and how to actually achieve those goals. Stick to the script. That's pretty explanatory. When we've got these scripts coming out, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Again, I know there's a lot of confidence issues with people knowing what to say. Not everybody right off the bat needs to hear, wrote our 5-page PDF, which has more information than they could ever want to know. This will help you, again, communicate and again, set out a plan that you can follow from first contact all the way to whatever the desired goal is, a consumer or somebody signing up as an ambassador, which I think is all of our goal, actually. We're going to talk about outbound marketing, what that means. Outbound and inbound. Inbound is when you wait for people to come to you. Outbound is when you take your message out to the people. There was a meeting here that somebody attended last week here in Cornelius by another group who spoke, and they're a CBD company, and I'm again going to refrain from saying anything negative about them. It did turn out that the person showed up and said some things that were rather suspect. I'll leave it at that. But the point is, they had about 15 women there.
That's bad information.
At that meeting. My point is, this is getting around, guys, and our product is going to get around, but there's lots of other stuff out there as well. If we don't find ways to help you, if you don't find ways to talk about this, if you don't talk to people about it, somebody else will, and that's happening. So outbound marketing is how to take your message out to people, i.e. the events we talked about, some of the Facebook marketing we're talking about, and there's going to be a few other things that we also cover. Follow-up is pretty self-explanatory. There's a process to that as well. There's a psychology to all of this, and so that's what we're trying to do is again create a system that you can follow that helps you articulate from first contact to ambassadorship. Number 6 there, again, kind of self-explanatory. Repeat, repeat, repeat. We repeat the things that we're doing. You repeat the things you're doing, and then we teach people and we help them repeat those same things for themselves. So really excited about some of the stuff we have coming your way. I think at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our speaker tonight. And just so you know, we've got guest speakers scheduled several weeks out that will be talking about these things in depth. So you're hearing from other people, other perspectives, and people that are proponents of what we're doing. So on that note, I'm going to introduce Patrick. Again, he's a bit of a digital marketing expert, and he's going to go over some of the Facebook 101, as we call it. Patrick, you there?
Yep, I'm right here, Jeff.
There he is, Patrick. It's all yours. Everybody say hi to Patrick.
All righty. Well, what's going on, everybody? Jeff is far too kind in his introduction. But to tell you guys a little bit about myself, I have worked with several companies over the past 7-8 years, one of which I co-founded. And pretty much all of our marketing was social media related, specifically Facebook, because it has really become universal across everybody. You know, from grandparents all the way down to grandchildren, everybody has a Facebook. So like Jeff was saying, it really provides a unique opportunity to reach out without even having to leave your home. There truly has never been a marketing platform like Facebook. So we are very, very lucky to live in the generation that we do, and also extremely lucky to have the kind of products that we do. I myself do take the tincture on a very regular basis. It's been very beneficial for me and my stress and anxiety. And again, you know, the products are good. The products really speak for themselves. And, you know, today we're just going to kind of get into some basic guidelines on tips for success, things that we've tried out, we've personally seen firsthand, have measured success behind them. Now, the reasons for creating a Facebook page are, you know, pretty much self-explanatory. Oh, sorry, looks like. All right, can you hear me now? You good?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Patrick. I got you now.
Yep.
Sorry, I hit the wrong one. But it gives you an opportunity to build a community around your business, discover more about the audience that you're trying to hit, put a public face to your brand. And in this day and age, if you don't have a Facebook, you don't have marketing. That's really how our society has progressed. And it all starts with creating a customized and useful page. So first thing, of course, is the first thing that your consumer audience is going to see, a profile picture. You know, for a lot of people, if you're using your personal page, which, I mean, to be honest, that's a great way to start since you already have people connected, family members, friends, people that are already engaged with you. But you'll want to look at your profile picture. Make sure it's professional, make sure it's a picture of you. One that's inviting and one that is nice, not blurry, doesn't have too much going on as far as busyness and clutter, just something clean, modern, and again, something that's uniquely you. Next thing up is going to be your cover photo. That's the photo right behind your profile picture when you hop on Facebook. As a suggestion, it does look good when you put a nice scenery picture or maybe a picture of mountains or a lake, maybe with a motivational or inspirational quote. Make it about lifestyle, make it positive. Now, if you are going to be using your personal page, you also want to clean it up. Get rid of everything that is not relevant to you. Change the way you look at Facebook and why you use it. This is now a place to interact with people, but you're also going to be engaging with them for your business. You know, using your time wisely, building your brand, and making it you. If you flood your page with things that aren't relevant and a bunch of hogmosh, I mean, they're going to look over your page and not even engage with anything that you're posting. Part of cleaning it up is getting rid of all the negatives. I mean, we're all human. You know, this means that anything that you might have posted about politics, someone you don't like, something you saw you didn't like, you know, things of that nature. But it also goes as far as if you post something and someone posts something negative on the post or on your wall, delete them, delete the post. You know, this could be your best friend that might not agree with you or what you were saying. It doesn't matter. Get rid of them in the posts. If they're your friends, they're not going to be posting negative stuff, and you don't want that kind of negativity around your business. Now, a lot of people ask, how often do I post? Things like that. And from what we've observed, you need to post at least twice a day, but not necessarily more than every 3 hours. You know, when you first start your Facebook page, or if you're looking to build more of an audience to your page, you need to post 3-4 times a day for a couple of weeks if you can. But if you can't, then at the very least, try and post twice a day. If you're only posting twice a day, the best times to post are going to be early morning when people are getting ready for their day, planning everything out, then mid to early evening, so somewhere between 1 and 5 p.m. When you are posting, these times may vary a little bit depending on like the kind of demographic that you're going for. Obviously, different age brackets are going to be active at different times, and, you know, of course, where they're at geographically. Pay attention to the time that you post, like actually keep notes on the engagement that your posts are getting, and you'll be able to see a trend on when your posts are getting the most interaction. And from there, I mean, that's when you should be targeting. That's when you should be zooming in. This way, your posts are getting seen the most and you're getting the most engagement out of them. But it's not just posting a lot. You want to make sure that what you post is high quality. You know, Facebook is one of the best ways to get the word out about your business and your business page, but you need to make sure that you're posting high quality content. You want to make sure that spelling is correct and you're posting a picture that uses, you know, good quality, has some nice scenery. You know, I'm not saying you need to get a professional camera and, you know, go the whole 9 yards with Photoshop and Lightroom, but you need to make sure that they're good quality, not blurry. Remember, you are using Facebook as your storefront. This is a way to promote your business and your brand, and that's you. Put the extra effort in to make sure that everything is as clean as possible. And keep your posts short and specific, okay? The update is short, simple, and to the point. This makes it easy to read on Facebook. You know, some examples for this: try to keep most of your posts under 122 characters, about the size of a tweet. You know, if you are posting about a product, you know, Revive, for example, we know Revive is for your skin and your skin is drier during the winter months. So maybe you say, glowing skin is always in with Revive. Are you tired of having dry skin during these cold winter months? You know, if you're posting about your family, make it fun, exciting, relevant. Mix it up. Don't always post about your products and your business, you know, if you're going to be using your personal page. You may ask why? Well, showing your audience a lifestyle as well as you, your brand, is going to be important to adding some authenticity to it. And by that, I mean sharing what you're doing, what's going on in your life. It makes it a lot easier to relate to. You're sharing what your prospects want, which is either time, freedom, travel, or going to events. And your goal is sending out posts that inspire people. That's the kind of stuff that you want to put on your personal profile. Even when you're just starting out, it's important, very, very important, you post this kind of stuff along with product pictures, incorporating products in your lifestyle, and other posts that are inspirational and motivational. This will be the quickest way to build your audience and you as your brand. Now, after you've done your post, you've made sure the quality is good, what else can you do? And this is the probably single most important part, is trying to bring engagement in, whether that's asking a question or having a call to action. One of the favorite posts I've seen out of a new ambassador was this. Okay, So the headline was Health Research Project. All help greatly appreciated. Leave your answer in the comments. Do you or someone you know, adult or child, ever experience or suffer or have suffered from the following? Select all that apply. And they had anxiety, addiction, depression, ADHD, cancer, Parkinson's, joint pain, muscle pain, body pain, etc., etc. And then they thanked people for their participation. These answers will be very helpful and appreciated. It seems simple, right? And it's awesome. With this one post, she had over 34 people directly commenting on it. That's them taking time out of their day to click on it, write out an answer, and then open themselves up to notifications. And then from there, she can DM them, which means, send them a private message in a separate conversation and talk to them on a personal level. They've already admitted that they're struggling with these things. And then she has a direct line of engagement. And she responded on the post and thanked all of them individually. But she can then go on to a more personal level and ask if they have ever heard of CBD and if they are willing to give it a try. 2 days later, she followed her post up with this post. Health Research Project. Due to the great response to my previous post, I have a follow-up question that I hope you all can help me with as well. Previous question in comments if you have not yet seen it. If you or the person you know with the issues from the previously posted question received help, what type of help was it, and did it actually make a difference and show improvement? And then the options were therapy, prescription medications, CBD products, chemo, radiation, or other medical treatments. And then, of course, an other option with the opportunity to explain. The interaction that she was getting was amazing. A couple things with this, she's getting interaction. She is showing her audience she cares. She's gaining trust, and she's finding out who her audience is, who's going to engage. The key to this is you've got to follow up. You've got to follow up and respond to everyone, even if it's as simple as a thank you. The more you interact with them, the better. And remember, if you don't answer questions or respond, they're going to go somewhere else and they're not going to engage with you. So it's a two-way street, some back and forth. They engage with you, you engage back. And here's something else we can use from another ambassador. The picture they used was a picture of someone who says they can't sleep and showing them frustrated. She then posted with it, "This was me before taking a reaction capsule before bed. But now I wake up feeling ready to take on the day and can actually speak to my hubby before a complete cup of coffee. Need better sleep? Question mark." These are great for product examples. It invites people to relate and interact with you. And here's another one for a lifestyle post. This post was done with 2 pictures, a picture of him at the airport and a picture of him in the air. Made it home from snowy Illinois, had a fantastic Reaction Regional meeting. Crazy to think of how much time I spend flying around the world and seeing new places. Where's the next place you'll be traveling to? He got huge interaction along with this, and with people writing him in his, direct messages, asking him, "Dude, what are you doing?" And that's just one example. But again, it shows you want to focus a little bit more on the human element, the authenticity, the ability to ask questions and have people answer them of their own free will. That is one of the most sincere ways that you can build an audience on Facebook. And time again, I've seen that that's been a huge difference between success and struggle in social media. So the next thing is knowing your audience. So all the things above are, how you get to know your audience, see what they're responding to, what they like, and what they're talking about. Keep records of that. That's important information. There are companies that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for that. Once you figure that out, start using it. Target those things. People talking about anxiety, throw up a post about anxiety and ask, are you tired of suffering from anxiety? Or do you know anyone who suffers from anxiety? And little stuff like that, just it truly does go a long way. And that's where I encourage everybody to start. Do some research, find out what your audience that's already built into your Facebook page is, and use that as your foundation, your building blocks. We spoke a little bit on trendy topics, but we haven't really touched on hashtags. So hashtags, and I know I don't seem it, but back in my day, they were called pound signs. But we do encourage using hashtags because they have become a way, not only through Facebook, but Twitter, Instagram, they've been a way to keep relevant posts and relevant content together. We always recommend using hashtag Feel the Reaction and hashtag MyLifeSimple. But I also recommend if you post about a skincare product, put hashtag skincare, hashtag CBD, hashtag CBD products or beauty, just anything that's going to tie in with somebody, like, again, using Revive as an example. If people who use skincare products, but they haven't heard about Revive, use hashtags that might tie in with the products they're already using so that they can experience and learn about these amazing products. Another really cool tool that's become exceptionally popular over the last year are going to be Facebook Lives and Facebook videos. Believe it or not, Facebook video audience has tripled, if not quadrupled, over the last couple years. And it is the new way to get interaction. And you've probably seen notifications about, people going live and wondering what it's about. People are loving videos. We have several people that are using Facebook videos and lives. We've got ambassadors doing videos of giving their pets the products and how they are loving them. We have people doing lifestyle videos of getting on planes, traveling, hiking, camping, reaching goals. But when you post a video or go live, you have to write a catchy post and title, something like, "Man, Billy, you're right. My fur babies love their capsules without cheese." Or, "Have you ever tried CBD products for your fur babies?" We've got people doing lives and explaining their products and doing live giveaways, but it's another way to add some authenticity to it because they're viewing you warts and all, for lack of a better term. You're engaging with them as they're engaging with you. It's off the cuff. You can really have fun with it. So I encourage everybody to check that out. Now, as far as other posts, always try to use pictures. Like I said before, a nice, clean, well-done shot, whether it's a lifestyle shot or a product shot, is always going to boost the amount of engagement that you get. It's going to catch people's eye way more than text is. You're not always going to be able to find a picture for every post, but for most, you're going to be able to, and I highly encourage it whenever possible. Another thing too, motivational and inspirational quotes, especially, on the opportunity side of things, you want to keep a positive mentality going in everything that you do. You can use your favorite quotes or find them on the internet by searching, for motivational quotes or things like that. It's a great way to get a post up there. Always write something about the quote that you're posting and ask a question to get engagement. Inspire people. People will start to wonder what is going on with you. They will start to pay attention. There is nothing more magnetic in this universe, and I truly believe this, nothing more magnetic that'll draw more people in than a positive energy. It is a trait of every successful person I know, and it's something that you just can't help but feel attracted to. And it's going to make you feel good too. I mean, who doesn't like positivity? Now, what do I post and how do I post? The first part is don't look like you're trying to scam someone. Now, for a lot of you, and myself included, you're going to be using your personal profiles. But if you're using your personal profile to get things started off, you need to be careful when and how you are posting about the business side and the opportunity side. Now, if you believe in your product and the business like we all do, then post about it and the lifestyle behind it. We're not saying don't do that. you just, like everything in life, you want to strike a balance. Be careful about making it all about trying to sell someone something on your personal page. This is why I told you to mix it up and to carefully sell. Ask a question, get engagement, then reach out to people who have already opened up, who have already initiated the contact. Now, if this is a business page, I mean, that's a little bit different. Like if you have Jeff at Feel the Reaction or Better Days business page, or, whatever your name is, obviously on that, you can post a little bit more about selling people things because that's the entire purpose of the page. You still want it to be tactful and always respond to people unless it's negative, but always follow up with everyone. Don't make every post be about you trying to make money off of them. Like, again, lifestyle shots go a long way, and this is just kind of common sense by now. Things you look at and say, ugh, that again, or anything that's tacky or really what you want to steer away from. Now, the opportunity and how to talk about that. I don't recommend talking about the opportunity in your post. It gets a little tricky. Using lifestyle things on your personal page, and I am doing this, like thank you reaction, or thank you my life simple, or because of reaction I get to do this or go here. I mean, those are all great ways to put it out there without saying it. Again, it encourages people to get curious and be like, what is going on? What is this? And they'll reach out to you. Another great one is posting something about your first goal that you reached, and those goals are going to be different for everybody. Like I saw an ambassador who was able to take their family on a vacation because of My Life Simple, and they thanked them saying, my first goal reached. I have been able to take my family on its first vacation in over 6 years. Thank you to Reaction and My Life Simple. They posted a picture of their family all together on vacation with big smiles. And I mean, that's just impossible to fabricate. Like something like that genuinely, again, it ties in with the positivity, the lifestyle, and it encourages engagement. Another ambassador's goal was buying their very first new vehicle. And they said, thank you, Reaction and My Life Simple, for helping me to be able to reach my first goal. And it was a picture of this new truck. Now, if this is a business page, you can talk about firing your boss or doubling your income or paying your car payment, and this is how to do it, join me, etc. Even on your business page, you want to be careful to not make it look like a scam, and you are only talking to them to get them to join you or sell them something. It's about being of service and like, hey, I've got these amazing products. I am so lucky to know about them. I want you to know about them too. Don't try to sell them on your post. Now, when I tell you this, I'm not saying don't sell your products on Facebook because it's a huge platform. You've got so many people to reach out to. It'd be stupid not to use it. But what I am saying is be careful and tactful on how you do it. There was an ambassador that posted a memory from 7 years ago about her child. It said, she cries all the time. Her clothes are too small, too big, too tight. She cries because she's cold or hot. She cries because of this or that, but then sees a friend and smiles, ... The joys of motherhood, ... Not very positive, right? Well, she shared that memory that showed up on Facebook with a new post that said, little did I know, these were all ways that my daughter's anxiety were showing. I'm glad we finally found something to get it under control. She is so happy. She told me tonight that she wants everyone to know. Well, off that post, you can have people asking, what are you doing? Because I don't know about y'all. I've got 3 kids, and they definitely have their anxious days. They've got their struggles, so I would go crazy over that. And, people are going to relate to that. They'll struggle with the same thing. They don't know what to do and have been scared to ask. But by posting it like this, you open so many opportunities, and you are selling your product without selling it because you are now sharing it. You can always use your website on your post and make sure you put your website in your bio as well. But the little things and how you word it can make a huge difference. And remember, this isn't something that comes overnight. but you can learn more and more each day with these tips that'll help you grow and succeed. So, things you don't want to say. Okay, this is pretty simple rules and guidelines. These things automatically throw up red flags for a lot of people if you just put them out there. So you want to be tactful, you want to be wise. Like we said before, there are lots of other things you can say to get the point across without actually mentioning words that might shy someone away. Don't get caught up in this. You know, I believe we have went over enough ways to go about using Facebook and leveraging your time, but try and avoid these 4 things. It really will put you on a better foundation. And as far as that, you know, that's about what I've got. I hope this was helpful. Remember, don't be afraid of Facebook. Anybody can use it. Stay positive, and people will start asking you questions and open up for opportunities if you stick with the plan. Keep it personal. Always be there to answer questions. I know this was a ton of information, and we can go on and on and on, but you know, again, I've got 3 little ones back at the house, so we don't have all night. There are all kinds of sites you can search, people's pages to check out. You know, use your upline, use your network, you know, ask people for tips. But for now, the couple of tips are the things I really want you guys to focus on, because I truly believe these are the cornerstones of a successful social media campaign. Jeff, Candace, everybody else that's watching in tonight, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share the little bit of wisdom and knowledge that I've got. I'm sure I'll be able to get up with you guys sometime soon and expand on this. But with that, I'm going to leave it over to you.
Patrick, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very valuable information. And I think that there's not a person among us that can't benefit from some of the things you've shared with us. For those of you, I know like Kim Clayton just asked if we could put that last PowerPoint page up. We will make this available to you either in the form of an email or probably post it on the back office. Of course, the Zoom is recorded, so you can go back and take some notes if you like. But it will be available for you guys to review and then be able to access whenever you like. Again, very valuable information. And that's part of what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, having people that really have some things of value to share with all of you guys that are designed to help you, again, build your business. My little section tonight, sometimes when I'm faced with things to talk about, trying to come up with what I'm going to share that would either have value or, I don't know, inspire some people in some cases. Sometimes I know what I'm going to say, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it actually comes to me during the week, and it's based on an experience or a conversation that I've had with somebody. And so I'm going to call tonight haters. That's a strong word, haters, but it's a pretty good word to describe what I'm going to be talking about here a little bit. Because I think we all come across, and I hear this on a pretty frequent basis, about what do you say when somebody says, oh, you know, direct marketing or multi-level marketing or all that kind of stuff, and they can match it with that. My one wish right now is to find one of these people who are dead set against anything that you're doing, anything that I'm doing, and just because they've already made decisions about how they feel about something. So I'm going to make an offer to everybody. You've all got my email address, certainly, but if my man behind the curtain there can even put up my phone number, if you run across anybody that is just a hater, I would love to talk with them. I would love nothing more than to have a conversation with them, you know, on one of the major networks during halftime of the Super Bowl, if possible, because it's really important in knowing how to speak to these people. They seem to have shut down. There it is. There's my number. I make that offer to anybody. You got anybody that's got any problems? Send them to me. I would love to talk to them. It's been referred to in the past as, you know, use your haters as motivators, embrace the no, and all that kind of stuff. I love talking with people, and I love finding out what their stories are. And that's my point about this. If you have somebody that is a hater, somebody who looks for every reason to not listen to you or to shut you down because of something they might know, I would love nothing more than to be able to look at them and say, okay, forget what I'm talking about. Forget my product. Forget the business. What's your story? What is your story? What has led you to feel such disdain for something like this, like an opportunity that might be good for you? Because usually they have a story. And I'm going to go into two levels here, because some of them have a story based on their previous experience in direct marketing, or perhaps somebody else's experience in direct marketing, whether it was a friend or a family member, whatever it is. There are people that tried it, it didn't work, they felt let down by their upline, yada, yada, etc. Or they're still sitting there with a bunch of product in their garage, for instance. So the real, I think, jewel there is, what was their experience and what's their story? Were they involved perhaps, or did they hear about somebody that was involved? And exactly why didn't it work? Was it the product? Was it the business? Was it the opportunity? Was it your upline? There's all kinds of reasons. I think there's a difference between people asking questions, for instance, because they want to know about the product, and there's legitimate questions about the science of the products and things like that. But then there's also just those people who object to everything. The second level beyond people that I call the haters, with anything having to do with direct selling, is to get maybe a little more personal with this. Because there's only one thing worse when the hater is somebody else that you're trying to talk to about this. And that's if you're actually the hater yourself, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about whether you've made the commitment, the financial commitment to the business, or your commitment to the product. I'm talking about the people that I talk to every day that say, well, you know what? I'm not a salesman. I'm not this. I don't have the time. I don't know enough about the product. I don't know this. I don't know that. And what it's doing is it's actually basically looking for all the reasons in your life to say no to something like this. I'm going to say 3 words to all of you tonight, and I want you to write this down. And I'm serious when I say write this down. The 3 words are this: contribution, purpose, and joy. There are people that seem to think that the way you deal with haters is to defend yourself, or to fight back, or to try to convince them. I believe in this business as much as I do believe in this concept for the way I try to live my life. Contribution, purpose, and joy. I appreciate the opportunity that we've all been given. I really do. When you look back, there are lots of people that were, approached with something, and I've got a personal story about a friend that was approached with the opportunity to buy a stock in a little-known internet company in 1990 something or whatever, and he's one of those people who wanted to overanalyze, who wanted to think about it, and probably even said to himself, "Let me see how this internet thing works out." Well, turns out what it was an opportunity to buy into Google, and his $10,000 investment would have been worth I don't know how many millions of dollars today. So. Next week, we're going to be talking about mindset, and Wendy will be joining us to talk about that. But that's what I wanted to cover a little bit about tonight, is just the mindset, how we're all going about this in terms of what we think we have to share here. There are people that all over the place that can benefit from these products from a health standpoint. But you know what? There's also a lot of people that I know. I have friends that I am astounded by how much of a struggle their lives are with just a little bit of extra income to be able to do some of the things that they want to do. You have the opportunity to introduce to people, and this is the part about the purpose and the contribution, to an opportunity that may be able to help them achieve those things. I don't know if I have my PowerPoint accessible, but last week and the week before we talked about vision boards, and we talked about goals and objectives. Is that PowerPoint available to pull that up? We've got 3, I think. I know Billy has done his. I know Lindy has done hers, and I did mine. I think it's on its way. Okay, there's mine. It's not very fancy. It's my just sitting down. I wanted to have something we could pull up on the screen rather than just some sort of big document or whatever. But these are my visions. These are the things. When you talk about vision, just like a vision statement for a company, a vision is what you want the future to be. Your mission statement is what you're hoping to achieve in a short term. Your vision is the things that you want. And I'll go through these. The top left, I've never jumped out of an airplane. I want to do that because 2 things. Number 1, I'm afraid of heights. And I'm also, at my age, thinking it's time to start checking some things off the bucket list and start facing my fears. So that's jumping out of a plane. See the graphic there behind the arrow, behind the cursor, which is I want to be able to spend more time with my adult children. I don't want to keep working in something that makes me unhappy for the next 15 years and miss a very vital part, which is just as important as when they were growing up, is time with them as people. As you know, I've got some other outside pursuits, which is my stand-up comedy. And so I want to continue doing that. I want to continue writing my scripts. I've got one that's halfway finished. I want to finish that. There's travel on the list. I want to get my pilot's license at some point. And then the other ones, the one there on the far right, where the guy's helping them up on the boulder, is really what I think is at my very core of everything. I mean, I had to put some things that I wanted certainly as an individual, but I also really believe that part of what I'm supposed to be doing the next 10 years of my life is helping other people succeed. And that's a very, very a real thing for me. Giving down there on the left is to find out a way that we can affect the people around us in a positive way, whether it's getting involved with some charities, using what we're doing to give back. I don't know how many people have worked on their vision board or even made a list. It's vitally important that you actually at least jot it down, write it down. It's the first step to making something real. I know everybody hears about people that post things and put things up in their mirror or write on their mirror in lipstick or post pictures up. Have you ever tried it? Like Patrick talked about, positivity, it's an attractant. It attracts people and things and experiences to you. And I think that's very, 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 very important. So who is it that you've been listening to? How many haters in your life have you listened to the point now where some of them, their work is so complete, they don't even need to do their work anymore, that you take care of it for them with all these self-limiting beliefs and these doubts that you have. As I said to you at the top of the Zoom, if you do these things, if we do these things together, I have no doubt that every person on this Zoom and others who we don't even know about yet will be able to succeed in a way that allows them to achieve and get the things that they want out of life. So if you have any haters and you don't feel comfortable talking to them, send them to me. I would love to know what their story is, because nobody can kind of summon up that kind of, again, disdain without having a story. So anyway, I'm going to end my little inspirational thing on haters for now. I encourage all of you to work on your vision board. You don't need to broadcast it. You don't need to screen share it, but it's the first step to making it real. And work on your goals and your tactics. And we're going to be covering that as we move forward too. I think we've probably got a little time. We're going to do a drawing, as we always do. And I think we're going to do a little Q&A. It's 9 o'clock already. I can't believe we've been talking for nearly an hour. The winners are being announced, as always, from our home office in Lincoln, Nebraska. Or was it Omaha? Anyway, from our home office in Morrisville, North Carolina, I have from the headquarters of Price Waterhouse, top secret. Here's the winners for this evening. It came through. It says Revive Slave, but I'm pretty sure that means Sav, because I don't think we're actually giving out any people tonight. The winner of the Revive Sav is Paula, and if we need to get a last name there, maybe on Paula. You're the winner of the Revive Sav, and the winner of the T-shirt tonight is Brianna. And again, I don't have any last names on these, so please identify yourselves. Brianna, we will need to know what size T-shirt you have. And before we do that, I mentioned the fact that Billy and Lindy have their vision boards. And if you have them ready to go, can you share your screen? Do you have those available to share with everybody? There's our Lindy right there, and there she is holding it up. Hold on, I gotta enlarge you on the screen.
Can you see it?
Okay, Lindy, you're making me look bad. My vision board compared to yours is just absolutely amateur. That's a pro vision board right there. You want to tell us about that, Lindy?
Well, my vision board in the center here is the rules that I kind of that inspire me to live each day. One of my goals is to pass down family traditions to my kids and to my grandkids, which I've been succeeding because Lily just took a dessert last night for dinner, my little one. Obviously, I want to be an emerald in my life simple, and I check off each time I get a new position to executive director right now. So my goal is to get to the Emerald. To get Ron speaking over here. There's Ron. I wrote a story 40 years ago, and I'm getting my book published. I've been working on getting that published. So that's one of my goals, to get that done. And what else do I have on here, Ron?
A bag of hundreds.
And a bag of hundreds, Ron says.
No bag of hundreds.
But this is, I look too for myself, just to remind myself, and I posted a post on Facebook today stating that I want to get more into following through with my vision board and to be more on top of it. And so I'm going to actually put this on my mirror in my bathroom. So I look at it every day. I had it sitting over here, but got it. I'm going to put it in my bathroom so it's something I see every day. That's my vision board.
Lindy, I think that's excellent, and thanks for sharing so much. And again, for everybody out there who is thinking that, okay, I can kind of go over my head, I can't underestimate the power of actually making it tangible, doing it, putting it in writing, getting your pictures, printing them out, putting them on a board, and waking up with that every day. For those of you that haven't done it, what have you got to lose? You know?
Jeff, I wanna show too kind of the difference, right? There's so many different people that are involved in this with different dreams and different goals and visions. I'm very different. You guys have so much different goals than I do, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what's so special about this, is that we can all achieve our goals and our dreams in different ways. So as you guys have seen, I came up with a vision board here as well. I did buy the truck of my dreams. That is something that I've been able to achieve with my Life Simple and Reaction. So bought myself a brand new Dodge. The next step is obviously getting a new house, a shop, building a farm, starting my own foundation to help other kidney donors and people that are struggling from health issues with organs. So part of Donate Life and the National Kidney Foundation. That's something that means a lot to me. Raising awareness, inspiring others, being a great leader, and obviously traveling the world, and people have seen the yacht that I want to get. These vision boards are so powerful. This is something that I, as everybody else mentioned, it's something that you can look at every single day and kind of see where you're at and where you want to be. It's not that hard to do. It took me about 30 minutes maybe. Obviously Lindy and Jeff have a lot of art to theirs. Mine is just simple pictures of things that I want to do or see or go or accomplish. So I kind of challenge all of you guys. I want to put it as a challenge. Create a vision board and see what you can do to knock those out. I think it's something that's huge, inspiring, and your own worst enemy is you. So that's kind of all I want to say on that, Jeff.
Yeah,
Take it
Billy,
back
thank
over.
you, and Lindy, thank you very well. And like I said, for those of you who have never done it, for those of you that have never heard of it, or have heard of it and didn't do it, like I said, what have you got to lose? You should really give it a try. All right, do we have any questions or anything? I know there were a couple people that had some questions earlier. So if there's anybody that would like to comment on tonight's content or thoughts or any questions, you can ask.
Jeff, I have a question, other than I did very, very much enjoy the Facebook information. That was very helpful. But I have a testimony that I just heard today that I think is a really powerful testimony, because I think a lot of people suffer from this. I have a friend that lives in Arizona. Her sister is in her early 50s and has had childhood arthritis since she was 3 years old. Was a little skeptical about taking the product, a little afraid to take it. And she started out with the relief cream, found some relief from that. And about a month and a half, 2 months ago, she started on the capsules. My friend called me today and told me that her sister on Thursday woke up and told her that the first day in her entire life, she woke up with no pain. That's pretty powerful. So,
Awesome.
rheumatoid she suffered with since she was 3 years old, and she's in her early 50s. And she finally woke up one day on Thursday with no pain. First time in her life.
Here's what I know about this, Lindy, is that a lot of people look at successful people. They look at people that they think might be living in a different world, people, the one percenters, and you think that, well, they just get opportunities that I don't get. They just get inside information. It's like receiving a tip on a stock, for instance, stuff that the rest of us don't have exposure to, if that makes sense. You know, they feel like somehow they were presented with an opportunity in terms of impacting people's health, for instance, and improving people's financial situations with the opportunity. I can't stress this enough to everybody. This is it. This is your opportunity. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what we've all been waiting for. A way to impact people, as I said, to be able to help people, to make some money while we're doing it, and to feel really good about what we're doing. Remember the 3 words: contribution, purpose, and joy. And those testimonies are a vital part of why any of us are doing this. Anyone else? Or
I want to
we-
mention something too, Jeff. I don't want to drag this out any longer, but tonight's Zoom was full of information. So please take advantage of the Zoom tab that's available in your back office to go back and watch this recording. You'll be able to swift through there and get to the parts that really help you in building the new you. That's the biggest thing that we can help you guys with tonight. I hope you guys really enjoyed all the information, because it was a lot, but I do think it's very helpful. And that's something that we've been inspired by other ambassadors that are having so much success with using the tools that they're given. Free tools. Facebook is free. Use it up.
Yeah, this is happening. I'm watching it. We've had a couple of really great weeks. I've got several people on my team that have some really, really cool things going on, and it's happening. This is happening, and it's really, really cool to watch. And I'm glad everybody's a part of it. Yeah.
Jeff.
So on that note, if we have nothing else, let's go ahead and say goodnight.
One quick one. Jeff, Billy.
That
Yeah.
must be David.
David, it's David here. Do you recognize my accent?
Well, I do. I just wondered if you're taking your capsules.
I always take my capsules. And I can't say salve. It's got to be salve.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. Yeah, I had a gout attack this week, which lasted 1 day, thanks to the FSE. Normally it lasts a week. But no, I just wanted to say that we had an incredible event last week where we were able to interact with people who were so negative about CBD products, scared to try them. And we just talked them through it. And we had so much positivity from that we're sure that the business is going to grow from that. So
That's awesome.
Tonight's Zoom was awesome. Thank you, guys. Really
That's awesome. Thanks everybody for joining in. David, thank you for sharing. Remember, everybody, tomorrow night, is it 8 o'clock too? I know the note just came up. Is it 8 o'clock too? 8 o'clock tomorrow night is the product. Do we have any idea about what the product of the week is for tomorrow?
The pet line.
The pet line, the awesome pet line. Cool.
I think Sammy may be the guest speaker tomorrow night too.
Okay, good. Sammy, your 140-year-old Lhasa Apso or whatever it is, whatever.
She's not 140, Jeff.
I'm just teasing. All I know is ever since she's been on the product, she's been quite friendly to me. I got to be honest with you. She seems to have mellowed a little bit, and
she still barks at you.
not me. She hasn't barked at me for quite some time. So anyway, that's great to hear, because I know people are still excited. We probably have as much interest in the pet line as anything else at this point. People are really excited about being able to give this to their animals. So tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, remember, kids, Zoom with Lindy and Victoria. And yes, Kim, please invite Nitro and Boots. I'm watching you on Facebook, so I get to watch them growing up. So that's it, guys. I hope everybody has a great week. Reach out, send your haters to me. Come on, bring them on. And like I said, I hope everybody has a great week. And contribution, purpose, and joy. Go get them.